This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Harry's. Hello everybody, welcome back to the episode of Rumor Roundup. The title of the show should give it away, but this is the show where we take all the freaking tech rumors from the week, and there were quite a few, and I picked the 3 to 4 I think are the most interesting that you guys would want to know about. Up this week, we got a thinner MacBook Air, a just stupid, ginormous iPad might be coming, and the Moto G2. This is Rumor Roundup. Let's just start rounding them cute rumors up and petting them and loving them. So according to the folks at Digitimes, which listen, I know we're about as reliable as me and my uncle who drinks too much, but supposedly Apple is gearing up to launch a thinner MacBook Air either towards the end of this year, which is quickly coming up, or early 2015. They didn't specifically say the MacBook Air by name, but it's likely Apple's going to reduce the thickness of that model instead of the MacBook Pro, which offers way beefier set of hardware specs. Digitimes didn't provide really any information on the alleged MacBook and how thin it might be, but we've long expected a MacBook Air with Retina display to launch sometime this year, so maybe you can put those two together and it'll launch the better screen and thinner design. Certainly would make sense though for the MacBook Air to get thinner and thinner. We've seen PCs that have gotten thinner and thinner. Guys like Lenovo are making just laptops that are like, you can't even see them when they go sideways. It's like they're only in 2D. But Apple, sort of the MacBook Air was the standard for thinness, and now, I don't know, maybe look at it on the chubby side. Not just like chubby, maybe it looks like it had like a really good Christmas dinner. It's not fat by any means, but it looks like it could probably lose a few pounds. That's probably what the MacBook Air is like now. It just should lay off the chicken. So you probably said a lot of things about the iPads. You probably said, I like to browse on it. I like to check the internet on it. I watch YouTube videos on it. Have you ever said, I wish it was freaking gigantic? Because if you have, maybe you're gonna be in luck. So giant iPads might be coming very soon. It's one of those familiar Apple rumors that just seem to not die. Bloomberg on Tuesday reported that Apple is on the cusp of releasing not only two larger inch iPhone models, but also its fabled 12.9 inch iPad early next year. Let that just sink in for a second. Yeah. The same device we've heard about again and again and again and again. I've talked about it on the show again and again and again, but it looks like it might actually be coming. So citing people with knowledge of the matter, Bloomberg says Apple suppliers are already prepping to manufacture the just iPad Fat, which will be larger than any of Apple's existing mobile devices. Bloomberg makes no mention of how this fat device will differ from Apple's current crop of tablets. We heard it could feature a 2K display. Bloomberg notes that the larger iPad has been in Apple's plans for at least a year as the company looks to shake up the tablet lineup. Although it's still one of Apple's flagship products, the iPad sales have slipped a little bit, probably due to cheaper Android competitors. We're expecting a new iPad model sometime this fall though, and they're rumored to kind of only change in a marginal way. So listen, before everybody jumps down my throat and they're like, John, you suck. You always say more options equals more better. I know I say that. But, so tell me, what's the use of an essentially 13-inch iPad? Like, you want to be like, hey, look at this video. It's just gigantic. I have one thing to say though. Here's where I think a big iPad could make sense. If it runs a touch version of OS X. You probably say to yourself, John, Apple didn't say they were going to make a touch version of OS X, and we have no indication that OS X is going to have any touch features. And to you, I say, Apple could be doing some stuff behind the scenes. If you remember when Apple switched from PowerPC to Intel, Steve Jobs came up on stage and said, OS X is living a double life. It's also coded for Intel. And people were like, what? We didn't know that. So that could make sense. Touchscreen, OS X, I'll be like, totally get that. But just a gigantic iPad? I don't want to play Angry Birds having to hold it like this. Just my thoughts on it. Maybe I'm wrong. If you think you could use a 13-inch iPad, tell me, but you would need just gigantic pants to fit that in your pocket, or just a backpack that's like, I may get notices in 13 inches, but like, you know, big bag. The quick second to thank our friends at Harry's. If you are a basketball fan or like James Harden, you know the term fear the beard, but I say the beard should freaking fear you because of my friends at Harry's. They are less than 1 year old and they are already disrupting the shaving industry and knocking it from its feet onto its butt, offering a way better experience than these shaving giants already out there. The company makes awesome, amazing quality German engineered blades, and they're like, hey, you know what? We like this stuff so much, we're just gonna freaking buy the factory. Just all the factory is ours now. Jeff, one of their co-founders, is also one of the dudes behind Warby Parker, which does a pretty awesome job with glasses. Brandon freaking love them. They emphasize design, meticulous craftsmanship, amazing value, and really good customer service, which is important nowadays. Check out harrys.com. Use promo code TECHNO to save $5 on your first purchase. $15 is going to get you a set that includes a handle, 3 blades, shaving cream shipped right to your door, so you don't even have to put on pants to go out there. They even offer a custom engraving option to engrave your initials on your razor. So make the beard, jump off your face, run away scared, because Harry's is coming for it. All right, let's jump from the gigantic to the smaller, the Moto G2. Motorola, I think, redefined what a budget smartphone could be with the Moto G. Now it looks like the company is gearing up to announce a follow-up to the appropriately named Moto G2 at a press event set for later on next week. One earlier leak offered us a few details and tidbits surrounding the budget-friendly handset, along with 2 photos, boom, of the alleged screen, but a new leak reveals way more about the G2, like specs and design. So the leak comes from Hello Moto HK, a Facebook account that's built up a pretty baller reputation for leaking Moto news. So the new report claims the G2 will offer a thinner bezel, an upgraded 8-megapixel rear camera, front-facing speakers, micro SD support for added storage, booyah. It also backs up earlier claims the screen could jump from 4.5 inches to 5 inches, by my keen math, that's half an inch bigger. We still don't know what the resolution is going to be of said larger screen. Hopefully though, Motorola can still keep the Moto G2 price down low despite all of these upgrades. They'll be willing to pay maybe a little bit more if the report turns out to be true. I'm expecting to get a full rundown next week during Motorola's press event, but it's possible the mid-range phone could be overshadowed by the Moto 360 and the still rumored Moto X Plus One, which is going to be super awesome. Either way, that we're going to be covering the announcement from Chicago, and we can't wait to see what Moto's got up their sleeve, and we'll be there, so stay tuned to technobuffalo.com. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Rumor Roundup. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. Check us out at technobuffalo.com. Check out our new Twitch channel at twitch.tv/technobuffalo. I am John Rettinger. I'll see you guys next video. Bye. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to check out the latest from the world of consumer electronics from people who absolutely love it, hit the big subscribe button right down below.